Hi there, Chadi Bazzi here, and today I want to talk to you about, how to attract the perfect client, how to have the right kind of leads to be working with. And I'll begin by asking you a question, and the question is, what is your definition of a lead? Who is a lead to you? Is it anyone that expresses that one day they want to either buy a home or sell a home or invest in real estate? Or do you have a predefined, specific definition for a lead? See, as a coach, and after having conducted way over 15,000 coaching sessions over the course of the last dozen years, what I discover is most people, and I'm talking about like 99% of the people that I begin to work with, they have no clue who is a lead to them. A lead to them is anyone that walks in through their open house, anyone that calls off on one of their signs, or someone that just expresses to want to do real estate or interested in knowing more about real estate. That's their lead. See, I'm sure there's people in your office, and that may be you, I don't know, who always have a stack of leads. They have 10, 15, 20 leads, yet those are the people that maybe close one deal every other month or a quarter, or maybe close 2-3 deals all year long. Why is that their experience when they have that many leads? It's simple. That's their experience because they don't even know what a real lead is to them. Okay, so I ask you the question again. What is your definition of a lead? I mean, if you get to choose who you want to work with, shouldn't you only be working with the people that you know in advance are going to make it to the closing table? Of course, that's the experience that you want. So what I'm going to challenge you to do is to come up with a definition of a lead. I'll tell you what my definition of a lead was when I was out there practicing real estate. A lead to me was either a buyer or a seller who is ready, willing, and able to execute a contract with me in 30 days or less. See, I had a time frame. If they weren't able to, sign a contract in 30 days or less, to me, that was not a lead. Now, for you, depending on your marketplace, the time frame may be 45 days. It could be 60 days. I'm not going to put a limit on that. For you, you decide based on your current market, etc. Okay, but you got to have a time frame. So for me, it was 30 days or less, and they were motivated. Okay, they were realistic with all their expectations. They were financially qualified, ideally pre-approved. They were willing to work under my terms. They were in my specific price point. Okay, they were a joy to work with. They were cooperative. They were loyal. Okay, so these are some words that come to mind for me as to what my definition of a perfect lead is. What is it for you? What is it for you? Okay, whatever it may be, just think about time frame. Think about are they cooperative? Are they easy to work with? The word loyalty. Are they realistic with their expectations, or do they buy into the media hype, etc.? Okay, now why? There's another main reason why it's very important for you to define your lead. See, your definition of a lead has to become your checklist. It has to become a checklist, okay? So if number one, okay, on your list it says 30 days or less, okay? That's a question that you need to ask the lead when you capture them to find out if they fall into that specific 30-day time frame. Okay, are they financially qualified? Boom, that's another conversation to have with them. Are they loyal? That's another conversation to have with them. So whenever you feel like things aren't going your way in working with a specific client, all you got to do is pull out your definition of a lead and go through the list. Do they fall into the time frame of 30 days or less? Yes. Are they loyal? Well, yes, they signed a buyer broker agreement. Okay. Are they pre-approved? Well, yes, they are pre-approved. Are they realistic? Well, no, they're not realistic. I mean, they want to buy a $500,000 home for $400,000. Guess what? You now know exactly the conversation you need to be having with that person because, they fit the majority of your criteria. It's just one little obstacle that you may be dealing with. And that obstacle will continue to be an obstacle until you address that obstacle, that challenge, that situation, that circumstance, whatever it may be. Now you get to address it, and then based on that conversation, you're either going to continue to work with them or you're going to let them go. You decide. But now you know exactly what the challenge is, and now you know how to turn them into that perfect client. Because if you were looking at four different elements and they possess 3 and 1 not, then they were 75%. Now you take them up to 100%. And that is the key to you working less and closing more deals. Because now, you know, you, instead of having 20 leads and closing 3 deals, you now have 3 leads and are closing 3 deals. So all of a sudden what happens? You become more efficient. And that's the key. You become more efficient. You begin to experience what it's like to run a business on purpose. So I challenge you, what is your definition of a lead? Here's what I'd love for you to do. I'd love for you to define your lead and leave it as a comment right below this video, because I'm sure others want to use your definition of a lead as an example. I'd love to see what your definition of a lead is. I'd love to comment on your definition of a lead and see if there's anything that I can do to help you tighten that up so you too can begin to close more deals in less time. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.